Hello there, Scott, or William C. of Bronx, New York. This is the console that you sent back in over seeing some freezing issues, you said. And so far, since I've had it back today, I gave this start earlier. I have booted the console with the USB drive in, but still let it just do the default boot 3 times. I've booted the console off of the internal hard drive 8 times. I've launched the Halo 2 game on board or the Dead Island game that I put in the disk tray 4 different times. And I have booted the console off of my USB device 10 different times. So I have I've not experienced any freezing whatsoever throughout all of those boots. So I was just going to demonstrate here actual few boot cycles so that you could see the lack of any sort of freezing on my end. My suspicion at this point is that perhaps you've got a power supply issue. I'm just trying to think what any other variables would be between what I'm doing and what you would be doing. I've got the console, it's just plugged in to power an AV, and I've got your internal hard drive in it. It's been in it the whole time. I never removed it. And I've been inserting and removing my USB. So right now with the USB internal, you'll see that the console will actually boot up. So you can see the USB is flashing. So it's booting directly from the USB. And it'll boot right into Freestyle Dash, no issues. It'll show that the Dead Island game is in the disk tray, because it is. And yeah, so I just don't get what freezing it is that you're experiencing. So there you can see the Dead Island recognized in there. I can eject the tray. There's the disk. It's in there. So, and again, so that now makes boot number 11 from the USB. So if I power this off, and let's just pull the USB out this time. Right, so it should boot to your internal hard drive. That was a nice fast boot. So there it is, booting off of your internal hard drive into Freestyle with no USB in it at all. So this now makes 9 boots of that kind. Do it again. I'll turn that off. Let's just do another one. There's another nice quick boot off the internal hard drive. That makes 10 of those. I'm going to do one more from the USB, so you'll have seen 4 boots on camera, all back to back. So there's Freestyle. There I'm controlling it with my controller. No freezing. Let's turn it off. I'll do one more. I'll put my USB back in there, which has a dash launch configuration to make it boot off of the USB. And there's our boot. So that will make 12 boots from the USB. USB blinking like crazy because it's being read from. Freestyle firing up, no problem. So again, back, load the game, plays the game, no problem. So there's the game title scene. Hit the center guide, press Y for home. Go back to the home, which is going to load the default option, which will be to reboot Freestyle off of the USB, which it does. So bottom line, bro, I think you must have some sort of environmental issue, unless we're going to believe that the console was magically fixed during shipping. My strong suspicion would be that maybe you've got a whack power supply, because that's, you know, like our one primary difference. I use the old fat power supplies with like a little adapter on them, so they're capable of providing more than sufficient power. Perhaps if you've got a undersized power supply, I don't even recall if this thing's a Corona or a Trinity. I haven't even looked. I guess I could look at dash launch real fast. So go to the hard drive, go to dash launch. You don't have anything in there. Okay, I'll go to the USB. I know I've got dash launch on that. So there's dash launch. So it's a Trinity. So there's a possibility. If you have a power supply that says 9.6 amp, 9.6A output, that's a Corona power supply. You need the 10.83 amp power supply, which would be a Trinity power supply. So perhaps you've got the wrong or undersized power supply that's causing your issue. But in let's see, 22 plus 25 separate bootings that I've kept track of, I have not once had the console freeze, turn off, black screen, any of that. So I will send you a email follow-up with the link to this video. Thanks.